Hi guys, a storm is coming in here, so I'm out here to prepare, but I want to talk about Texas today because there is a situation that is devastating for Texas. There's a wildfire that's the largest and most devastating wildfire that Texas has ever experienced. It's burning on the Texas panhandle mostly, has also burned into Oklahoma. More than 1 million acres have burned so far. It is still burning. Unfortunately, 2 people have lost their lives. Thousands of acres have burned. Thousands of animals have died. It's devastating for the cattle industry. People have lost their farms, their homes. And it looks like that now we know what has caused the fire, and I want to look into that as well. So let's start the video now. Yeah, so guys, why am I making this video? I said it in a few videos previous to this one that I want to make a video about a place that's really dear to my heart, and that is Texas. I went to high school in Texas for a while before I went back to Germany to go to university, and it was near Austin in the sticks and bushes, and I really loved it there. It was a total different thing than Germany, than Europe, but I love the ranching lifestyle. I love the cowboy lifestyle. Unfortunately, I was unlucky, so it was pretty stupid. So the teachers at my high school who organized that high school exchange, they put me into a family that had no horses, no ranch, nothing, and I was so hoping to play a little cowboy there. So there was a ranch where they placed one of my girlfriends at that time, and she was scared to death of any animal, of horses, of anything, right? So that was pretty stupid, but still it was an adventure, and I loved it, and that's why it's so dear to my heart, and it breaks my heart what is happening currently in Texas, this devastating wildfire. And that's why I'm making this video, and I want to keep you updated about that situation because it is still burning, so there's definitely more to come. So if you're interested in this topic, it would be awesome if you could watch this video till the end and give it a like so that it's pushed out a little bit more and is getting more traffic. That would be awesome, guys. Thank you for that. And if you want to see what I'm doing today on the farm, Silky versus generator ahead of a storm, stay until the end. I'll show you there. And sorry for the wind noise. That's why I'm going inside here, because some scenes that I filmed, despite I had this, what is it called, dead cat, dead rat or something over my microphone, it was still not really good. What is so devastating about this wildfire, beside its size and intensity, is that it is most likely man-made. So we have heard today from a power company, they are saying that it's most likely that the fire has been ignited by one of their facilities, guys. So that is really shocking, you know, if it's made by lightning or nature or something, but if it's man-made, so they're looking into this, and I want to tell you more about this. I mean, guys, these wildfires from the beginning have been very dangerous. So imagine just last Tuesday, the Pantex plant, it's a nuclear power facility northeast of Amarillo, had to do an emergency shutdown because of the fires. And then the employees were evacuated, but also they had personnel starting to build fire barriers to protect that facility. And does that sound familiar? It sounds a little bit what's happening in Iceland right now with the Svartsengi power plant, where they were building protection walls against the lava flow. So this not only happens in Iceland, this time it is fire and not lava, but you know, this is how dire that fire was. Thankfully, nothing has happened in that power plant. So that was, when I heard this first, I was like, oh, that is scary, right? But they had it under control, so nothing happened. The electric power company that is called Xcel has made a statement on Thursday that they might be responsible for that fire. They are a Minneapolis-based company, and it powers homes across 8 states in the West and in the Midwest. And they said that their facilities played a role in the massive wildfires in the Texas Panhandle that have left at least 2 people dead and burned more than 1 million acres of land. So Xcel Energy has been cooperating with the investigators into the wildfires and has been conducting their own review as well. And they said in a statement that based on currently available information, Xcel Energy acknowledges that its facilities appear to have been involved in an ignition of the Smokehouse Creek fire. That's how it's called, the Smokehouse Creek fire. So the announcement comes within days of a lawsuit that has been filed by a resident of Texas against the Southwestern Public Service Company, that is a subsidiary of Xcel Energy, and against Osmosi Utility Services, that's a Georgia-based contractor that inspects wooden utility poles. So what's the story around that? The woman said in the lawsuit that the fire ignited on February 26th. Yes, that is true, when one of their power poles broke, and that was igniting a fire, and that fire then has spread very quickly into this uncontrollable wildfire. So the Smokehouse Creek fire ignited in a county that's called Hutchinson County in Texas at the beginning of last week. So within days, it has grown to this historic size that I have mentioned before. And the fire was as large as around 1,100,000 acres. That has been reported by the Forest Service. So of course we can't have a super exact number, but that number is huge. So they said as of like yesterday that the fire is 44% contained, so it is still burning. This blaze, it's one of several that is hitting this region, and it is the largest ever in the state of Texas, and it is also one of the largest fires that has ever been recorded in the whole United States. So this gives you the magnitude of this fire, guys. So the fires have been so extensive that all it took was basically a week for the handful of fires to burn nearly as much land as thousands of fires did over the last 4 years in the state of Texas, between the years from 2017 to 2021, when there were a lot of fires in the area. So the power company Xcel, they also say that they don't believe that their facilities did ignite the other fire that's nearby. That's called the Windy Deuce fire that has started in Moore County. So that fire has grown to an estimated 142,000 acres and is 81% contained as of a few days ago, and that's also information from the Forest Service. So the power company disputes the claims that the company acted negligently in maintaining and operating its infrastructure. So this is something that has to be investigated. I mean, these power poles, they fall over, they break all the time. I mean, you've just seen me prepare for power outages and prepare for that storm. And you know, there's accidents, people drive into these power poles and they come down. So it is quite a fragile infrastructure already, since the power lines are not underground and they're just basically attached to wooden posts. And you know, there's tornadoes, there's storms, these things, they flip over basically on a regular basis. And it's like Fraggle Rock with these power companies when they have to go out there and basically repair everything. So they say they have not been negligent. But the company said that those whose property was destroyed or those whose livestock was killed can submit a claim. And they have said, quote, Xcel Energy, through our Southwestern Public Service Company SPS subsidiary, has operated in the Texas Panhandle for more than 100 years. The people in this region are our friends, neighbors, and relatives. We are deeply saddened by the losses incurred in this community, and we are committed to supporting its renewal and recovery. So that is good. So the Smokehouse Creek fire, which is the largest ever in history, so I want to focus on that one for a moment. So as of yesterday, March 7th, 2024, the Smokehouse Creek fire has destroyed at least 30 homes in the town of Canadian in Texas, and over 100 homes in Hutchinson County in Texas, and at least 11,000 people were left without power following the destruction of power lines and other infrastructure. And 2 fatalities have been recorded, sadly, and that is Joyce Blankenship from Stinnett in Texas and Cindy Owens from Amarillo, Texas, and that has been confirmed. These fires have been fueled by wind and storms, and unfortunately, coming into the weekend in the area, low humidity and winds are returning to the area. There was a little bit of a relief with snow and moisture that did move into the area that was helping the firefighters a little bit, but coming into the weekend, it's dry and windy again. So we will have to see how that develops over the next days, and let's hope that there won't be any more fatalities and that everyone can evacuate their livestock. Homes will be lost probably, but these are only things. The most important things is the lives of the people and the livestock as well. So guys, I will keep you updated about this, and now let's have a look at what I'm doing here in my preparation for the storm with my generator. Was I able to get that thing working? Here is my farm life at the end of the video, guys. And since there's a storm coming tonight, I have to do some preparations. And for all of you who are watching this from Europe, you'll probably think, what is she doing? But it's the Wild West here, and it's totally different, but I love it. So I'll show you what I'm doing with this little bugger here in this little hat. Okay, here we are. I have to get into my little generator hat here, because there's an inbuilt generator and it's quite old, and I think I have a battery problem, so it doesn't start when there's a power outage, and that's a problem. So I'll have to see if I can charge the battery, if there's some life left, and then I'll see if I can start it. So have a look at this massive thing here. So that looks like a diesel engine in a big boat, but it actually is not. It's a generator, and for whatever reason the lights don't work. I have to replace the light bulbs. There's always so much to do. It's hard to get everything done, but you can see that thing here. That's the diesel fuel tank, and yeah, I'll show you where I can test start it. I think my phone shows it well enough. And not much happening. There is the battery. So while I still have power in this room, I want to plug in the battery charger. I tried it last time, it worked once, and then the second time the battery is so dead, I think it won't hold anything. So it didn't start at the last power outage. It was not so great with my freezer and my fridge and everything. So power outages can last quite a bit here. It really depends, but we sometimes have it for a few days. So it would be vital to have this thing going, but as it is on a farm, you have a budget and you need it for other things, and right now it's just feeding the horses and yeah, not taking care of this. That's why I'll start to charge it. So put this here and put this here, but I'm not too optimistic. Then I have to plug this in, and then let's see. But I think that battery is quite dead. But look at this thing, it's quite a cool machine. But yeah, so there we go. Trying to turn this on. Yeah, it's not even in the range where I could start it. It's probably will have to wait a while, but I can run a test. I can tell you guys it's going to get loud if it starts something. I don't know. It sets a timer there, and then it gets loud. Yeah. It says engine running. Not so much. So yeah, I'll try to charge it for a while, but I have not much hope. Even if I can charge it so that I can start it once, I don't know when or if we have a power outage, so that might be in a few hours. Until then, the battery has lost the juice again, and I don't think it'll start. So I'll keep you updated about this for sure, what will happen during the night. And I hope there won't be a power outage, because I'd like to film my videos and make updates. So let's imagine, what if then we have the eruption in Iceland and I don't have juice for anything, no light, no nothing. I'll do some candlelight reporting. How about that, guys? So yeah, after this I'll check back in a few hours, and of course I'll let you know. So you'll probably know in a few seconds if you watch this whether it has worked or not. The wind's already coming in, so it's already blowing. So while I'm charging this, I better go and feed the horses. Here we go. And then I always have to lift it up, because otherwise, oh, this is 100-pound bale, they pull it off the bucket. So I really have to lift it up and high so that I can drive in there. Otherwise, they'll pull it out. And I'll do several bales in several different spots so that every horse has enough room to eat and is not in competition with other horses. So now I can go in there. Drop it. Oh, and I have an SPP. Oh. And now the others want to come. I have to hurry up. Come. I gotta close here, because otherwise, these are mares. If they escape, they run all around everywhere, and then they run to the boys, and then they tear down the fencing there, and then they're all cantering around, trampling that little bit of ornamental lawn that I'm trying to keep, which is impossible, because they eat that grass too, right? I don't mow grass, the horses mow it. Grass is food, so, but I would really like them to stay in. So, yeah, she's given it a try. She's given it a try, baby. Her name is Heaven. You know, guys, I always keep saying farm life and work on a farm is like a gong show. Every day there's something else, and if I sleep and I hear some noise like tuck tuck tuck, I'm like, oh, okay, which horse broke out, where are they running? The good thing is they can't leave the property. I really have it fenced off very well, but they can get out of their individual pastures, and then they go to the stallion, to the other guys. And I already had one surprise foal, and I'll show you. That's the paint that's in here. Yeah, that's her. Yeah, guys, if you liked this video, and maybe if you want to see more of me, please subscribe, leave it a like, and I have more topics. I'll put some videos in the end screen. Check about my playlists about the Iceland disaster, the volcanic eruptions that threaten the town of Grindavik. Of course, Campi Flegrei, the super volcano in Italy, that is threatening more than 4 million people. It's rumbling, there's earthquakes. And then of course I report about everything that is going on in the world that I think is interesting for you guys to know. So I hope to see you very soon here on my channel. That would be awesome. And I'm out of here. I got stuff to do to prepare for the storm. And I see you soon, guys. Stay safe. Bye bye.